Hello and welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. And right now we are joined by one of the most influential figures in the history of mixed martial arts. He's a retired professional mixed martial artist, and we are so happy to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much for being here. So, for people that might not necessarily know about you, can you just give us a brief about your career and what you've done? Because there's been so many accomplishments, and we don't know where to start.
My father learned martial art, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, from a Japanese gentleman that was doing business in Brazil, and with my grandfather. So in exchange of good faith, he taught my uncles. My father was actually too small and couldn't learn.
Yeah.
So he just sat down and watched, and he kind of memorized the moves. And one day my uncle was late for a class, so my father jumped in and told the student, "I'll teach you a class," and taught him a class. He liked it so much that my uncles were like, "Hold on, out of nowhere, where'd you came up with this? Where'd you?" So he didn't invent a new art. He just adapted for himself.
Yeah.
So a smaller and weaker person was able to do it. So he had leverage into the moves. But then became a quest for my family to find out which style is the best, because karate claimed they're the best, kung fu claimed they're the best. So everybody claimed boxing, kickboxing, no, I'm the best.
Yeah.
All the styles. So in Brazil, my family created like a show, not a show, but it became a challenge, more of a quest to find out which style is the best. So they'll put a karate guy against a boxer with no time limit, no weight division, no rules, no gloves. So until somebody quit. So it was like, that's what we've been doing in Brazil for so long. But a lot of people thought, oh, the Gracies are arrogant. They're trying to put down the other styles.
Yeah.
No, we're in a quest to find out which style is the best, which one works. So my brother brought the concept from Brazil and to America and create the first UFC.
Did you get an answer?
For many years, we've been doing this, getting this answer in Brazil. But what happens in Brazil, the world don't know. So when my brother brought to America, it was an 8-man tournament. So they'll fight. On the same day, you have to fight 3 fights in one night with no gloves, no time limits, no weight division. So not like you see today that it's one single fight. Back then, it was 3 fights in one night. On the second UFC, it was actually a 16-man tournament. It was 4 fights in one night with no gloves, no time limit, no weight division, no rules. So until somebody quit.
Okay.
And there was a sumo wrestler, a karate, a boxer, a kickboxer, one representative of each style.
Okay.
And when I went in and I fought, I subdue everybody without hurting them. Because jiu-jitsu, you don't rely on strength, don't rely on power.
It's technique.
And you don't have to hurt your opponent. That's the beauty. So here I am, dominating guys. They're boxing champions and karate champions without hurting them. And the fight finishes like, wait, I didn't get hurt. And he wins. It's like, how can that be possible?
So Royce Gracie, now, is that your real name or fighter name or what?
No, that's a real name.
Do you have a fighter name?
No. It's my name, it's my fighting name.
But I feel like that name itself holds a lot of weight. Royce Gracie.
Yes.
When they welcome you into the ring.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how they announce.
So you're telling me in your art, like your technique, you don't hurt, so how exactly is the other opponent defeated?
That's the difference in between Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and karate, for instance. A karate guy or a boxer, he have to hit you so that he will hurt you.
Yeah.
I don't have to hit you because we don't punch people. We subdue them.
How?
I'll get in a clinch. Imagine 2 boxers fighting, okay? When one is losing, what does he do? He gets in a clinch, he hang on to the other person. So the referee comes over and separates them. Well, if there's no rules, and I get in a clinch with him and I hang on to him, and then I'll take him to the ground. Now he doesn't know what to do. So I'll dominate him and I'll apply a submission that he'll tap, he'll quit. If he doesn't, I'll just put him to sleep.
That's it for him, no more.
Good night.
Nice knowing you.
Very casual. Put him to sleep. Forever.
We'll probably need the sleep after what just happened, you know?
But it's a much more humane way than instead breaking people's face and cutting them up and
Oh yeah, for sure.
You've also
Definitely.
taken part in one of the longest fights ever, 90 minutes, right? What was that like?
most boring fight ever.
90 minutes?
The crowd fell asleep, woke up, and we're still fighting.
Why did it take so long? I'm so confused. But how's it boring?
It was a 6 rounds of 15-minute rounds with about, I think it was 2-minute rest in between each round. So today they do 3 rounds of 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and that's it. Back then, that was in Japan. It was 6 rounds of 15 minutes. So the crowd, I'm telling you, the crowd fell asleep, woke up. It's like, my God, this guy's still fighting. It's like,
Oh, we're still here?
Did you see the crowd like dozing off and like, guys? Did you pause the
we're
punches?
fighting the entire time.
You're fighting the whole
we're
time?
fighting the entire time, yes.
For 90 minutes. And
I fought a guy once that was 6'8", 490 pounds. 490 pounds is 2 of me. His shoulders
Yeah.
like 2 of my
Whoa.
size. Like,
And how did that end up?
I finished him in less than 3 minutes.
Insane.
Okay, you know what? Before we move on to the questions, we need to learn a few of these techniques. I have a lot of people I want to, what's the word?
Annihilate.
Submission, use a submission.
Can you go around the office later and just like show us how to
Annihilate people? Not annihilate,
headlock?
obviously.
Like
Hey, we used to fight for free in Brazil. Now we get paid. I love it.
on a career change.
Are you asking us to pay you to show us? Are you implying?
No, I can teach a class. Not a problem.
Okay.
I think you.
I thought you wanted me to choke somebody back there. No.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know
But I
what? I'm
think
going to keep your number. Might come in use.
anything you should pay them after the tragedy that you've just put them
But
through.
it'll be, like I said, jiu-jitsu is very humane. You just
Yeah.
subdue the opponent. You don't hurt them. You don't cut
Subdue,
them
yes.
up. Don't cut them up. Yes. So.
So what is one technique? I see on TV, like if you press a pressure point on the neck, it's a way to subdue them and they just fall, it's like pass out.
There's chokes. Yes.
Chokes?
There's many different chokes that you can do.
Can you show us one?
I volunteer as tribute.
I prefer not to teach on TV.
No.
If they come to me
Okay.
and take my class. I was teaching a class yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of my black belts that teach over here, Royce Gracie, Dubai Academy. So they teach over here, he
That's
teaches
where
over
to
here.
find them.
If they want to come in and take a class,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So I want to ask, jiu-jitsu, so is it more of an attack kind of technique or defense?
It's a self-defense art.
Self-defense.
It's a very defensive, yes.
Okay.
So like boxing is an offense art.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come after you to knock you out. Jiu-jitsu, I'm defending myself
Karate?
against offense. They're all striking. They all come to hit you.
And karate
You
is
see,
also, no,
offense.
it's not
Yes.
defense?
They're all offense.
Okay.
I
yes.
thought
okay.
it was defense too. I assumed
It's
it would be.
I mean, martial art in general was made for you to defend yourself in a street fight situation.
Mm-hmm.
But on the moment that they're swinging and hitting at you, it becomes an offense art. You see?
Because I feel like karate is more like blocking, right?
That too. They
Yeah.
block, they all punch, but they all rely on punch, on this.
Mm-hmm.
I rely on this. That's the difference.
Nice.
You don't have to be big, you don't have to be fast, you don't have to be strong.
How did you get into it? So obviously, like you were telling us about your family, how they got started. How did you get involved? Like, how did that happen? And at what age also?
Very young age. Because, I mean, when my uncles did, my father did, and then my cousins, I have a very big family.
Yeah.
My uncle had 21 kids. My father had 9 kids together, just the 2 of them, because those other
Whoa.
uncles that kind of move away, that kind
21
of separate
kids.
themselves. But just the 2 of them had over 100 grandchildren and over 50 great-grandchildren. So it's a
Amazing.
very big family, and everybody is involved on jiu-jitsu.
You guys are planning on populating the earth?
Pretty
Taking
much.
over the
One
planet.
fight at a time.
Yep. But then growing up, it was pretty much like we grew up on the mat.
Yeah.
So our playground, my father, my older brothers would bring us, and it's like, hey, hang out at the academy, hang out on the mats, and just play over there. So for us, it's like if you're a soccer player, a footballer, and you bring your kid to the soccer field every day, and he sits there and just end up playing. Eventually, he's going to get the taste for soccer and hang around, and it becomes natural. So it was not something that we're forced to do. It was just natural. We're just there, and I have 4 kids. They all been helping me teach since a young age. They can teach already. So like my father, he taught us how to teach, not how to fight.
Yeah.
Fight was more just a quest.
Is
to
that what
find
you
out.
teach in your academy as well?
We teach, yes. We teach a lot. All my instructors, they teach self-defense, yes.
Self-defense. So what all components do they learn in your academy? Like, it's all the rage. People in Dubai love your academy. Anyone who wants to get into this art, your academy is the go-to. So could you just tell our audience a little bit more about that and what all?
I did a seminar yesterday, yes. But if they go to my website, roycegracie.com, they will find all the address, all the information for the Dubai Academy and all the other academies all over the world that I have. So.
How does yours stand out to the rest?
Because I follow exactly what my father taught.
Okay, and then that is?
That's the system of self-defense, that you don't rely on strength. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have a lot of the schools. That's the difference. A lot of the schools, they go for competition, and you show up, and everybody's like strong, jacked up, and they rely on strength. And yes, so, but that's 1% of society. 99% of society that's what my father's philosophy. They're average person. So that was the purpose of the UFC when I first fight. If I can win somebody 490 pounds, if you know the technique, you can do it too.
You're good to
it's kind of like driving a car. If you don't know how to drive, sorry, you're gonna crash. But if you know how to drive, it doesn't matter if you're petite, young, 16 years old, or if you're 9 years old. If you know how to drive, you know how to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you don't know, it doesn't matter if you're 9 or 16. So it doesn't make a difference.
I'm enrolling.
Is there an age requirement, or you can start as young as...
Yesterday I did a class. There was about maybe 40 kids over there. And even the parents were impressed of like how the kids listen to my instructions. Silence, quiet in the class. I don't have to yell. I just talk to them and just... So, but those kids about from 5 years old, 5 years old, until about 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
And then above that, they came to the adults class.
This teaches a lot of discipline too. So to learn this at an early age is quite, I mean, it's just good for the long run. Also, I wanted to ask you, we're the first fighter to feature in the Hall of Fame. How did that feel, that accomplishment?
I was just doing my job. But it is awesome to be recognized.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be recognized on the UFC Hall of Fame.
Such a simple answer, no?
Yeah, right? It's so humble.
I mean, no, but my father taught us, after you win, you see a lot of people celebrating. My father was against that.
Yeah.
I already beat my opponent. He's already got humiliated. He's already feeling bad. Why do a dance and celebrate? I trained to win. So if I lose, I lost twice in my life, in my career. The times that I lost, then I went to the locker room. It's like, what happened? Let's talk it over. Let's figure out what happened. You see on this, because I had the strategy to win. So what happened? So we're gonna figure it out. Both fights, we finally figured out what happened. But the wins, it's like, there's no reason to taunt the opponent. So yes, when we get to the locker room, it's like, I won, awesome. But in front of the opponent, there's no reason to be taunting him and humiliating him more.
That's good sportsmanship.
About discipline, yes, but all the sports pretty much give the kids discipline. If you bring your kid to a soccer game, and he doesn't have his cleats, he doesn't have his shoes, the right shoe, or doesn't have the uniform, he's not gonna play.
Yeah.
So you teach the kids from a young age on, hey, I gotta get my uniform, I gotta get my clothes, I gotta show up on time. And if the parents bring them late, the coaches are gonna punish the kids or sometimes don't let the kid play. So the kid's gonna be on top of the parents, hey, we gotta go, we're gonna be, I can't be late because I'm punished. So you teach them discipline in general. Jiu-Jitsu, not just teach the discipline, but give the, the discipline, but it gives them confidence
Okay. Okay.
to deal with any kind of situation, because it doesn't matter if the person throws a punch or grabs you in a headlock or pushes you, you know how to defend yourself.
It's amazing.
With, you know how your entire family's involved, right? Is it something that like runs in the family? You know how there's like even basketball players and then their kids end up being basketball players, and obviously height's a big component in that, or just general sports. Do you think it's something that you can learn, or something that is literally in your blood?
Both. Being a Gracie, it can be a curse, it can be a blessing. So we come from a fighting family. So if you don't know the art, the question will come up. That's what I tell my kids. The question will come up to you one day. Hey, you're Royce Gracie's son. Can you fight? No. It was like, it would be a curse. So, yep, I can do it. It's a blast. What do you want? You got a problem with me? No, I'm just asking. It's okay.
It's still not a curse, it's still street cred. Do you know about my family? Yeah, do a message me.
It's like if he can't beat him up, like I'll call my dad.
Or my cousin,
I have
or my
people
brother.
behind me.
There's 100 cousins.
Yeah, literally.
Just ring up one
Yeah.
number and that's it.
Yep.
Or the family group chat. Hey,
Well, I got a problem over here, cuz. It happens quite a bit.
Oh, really? They call you
They
down
always
to
call
beat
me
people
up,
up.
yes. You got a problem? It's like, okay, I'll go talk to him. Hold
Oh,
on.
you'll talk
Give
to
me
him.
5 minutes and I'll be there.
I guess with you, you just need to just speak to the person and that's it, right? That itself intimidates them.
Pretty much. Actually, I never had a fight on the street.
Oh,
So doesn't mean that I'll walk away from one.
crack your knuckle.
I don't drink, don't smoke, don't have any vice, don't really go out partying. I live a
Yeah.
full professional athlete's life. So it's like getting an argument. I'll give them a chance. Hey, not that who you know who I am, even
Yeah.
before. I'll give them a chance, and they know by the way you talk that, oh man, this guy got so much confidence. Something's not right. Something's like, I better leave him alone. It's like,
Have you had students where, you just knew they were not up for it? Like, what are those things that, I don't know, make someone not capable of this art? Like, is it not being
Okay.
disciplined or?
I don't believe in good student or bad student.
Okay.
I believe in good teachers and bad teachers.
Okay.
So if you don't learn, it's the instructor's fault.
Wow.
I take the responsibility.
That's good. It takes a lot of
So-
pressure off the student.
Yes. So when I go learn something,
Yeah.
I tell my instructor, hey, if I don't learn, it's your fault. They're like, really, Royce? I was like, that's how I think. So don't blame me. If I do, so your problem to teach me, not my problem to learn. If you show up, I'll guarantee you learn.
But you know what? That makes your academy all that much more attractive. And if you guys want to enroll, do head down to roycegrace.com, roycegracedubai.com.
RoyceGrace.com, and you get all the information for the Dubai Academy.
And you can
It's a-
enroll there and you can get all the information on your classes. And you hold seminars there as well, right?
I come about 2, sometimes 3 times a year.
Okay.
I visit. I live on an airplane and hotels, so
Oh,
I travel
wow.
all over the world about 7 to 8 months of the year.
Teaching?
Teaching.
Oh, wow.
Everywhere.
Ain't that the life?
This is my world, like I said.
And we're just living in it, yes. Well, thank you for having us then
Thank
in
you.
your life.
My world.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Well, guys, that was Royce Gracie on the Lovin Dubai show. That is it for today. Do catch us same time, same place tomorrow. Goodbye from me.
And me.
And me.